Because God did so much. He did so much. I saw Muslims converted. I saw witch doctors converted. I saw the poor, the rich. I saw so many kinds of people give their life to Jesus. I saw healing happen. I saw miracles happen. I have never in my life felt such a pull on my heart to one place. And so this is going to be an annual trip for me. But I began to pray, God, if I'm supposed to come back here every year, I'm going to need you to help me out, because this has been a scary trip. And I'm going to share one more story with you that makes it a little scary and might make you think I'm crazy for going back. But I'm going to tell you anyway. Is that all right? Because you know me, and I don't just give you the rainbows and the butterflies. I give you the bee stings too. Get it? Because bee stings get, okay. So one night we had a young boy. I had spent a few hours in an altar with him. He was very sick. Very sick. He was vomiting. He was struggling to breathe. He was collapsing here and there. So I said, where are his parents? Can somebody get me his parents? I was told he didn't have parents. So I said, get me his guardian. Does he have guardians? So they brought me his elder brother and sister. And then I also brought the police as well and said to them, I want to take him with me to get him well. He's not well, and I want to get him some medicine, and I want to make sure he's cared for. They said, that's totally fine. Take him. We understand. We trust you. About 3 hours after I took him back to our place, we had given him medicine, gotten him in the shower, given him some food, some water. He was very dehydrated. I get a call, and it's frantic screaming in the phone. Turns out this little boy did have parents. They're just not very involved parents. But this father saw this as an opportunity to extort me. So I immediately brought the young boy back to the place where I had prayed for him. His father was there. One of my team members was immediately arrested and thrown in jail. He was a team member that lives in Uganda, the pastor of the church that I was helping. And there was now a warrant out for my arrest for kidnapping. Now, in Uganda, women prisons are not a good place to be. Women are tortured, they are raped, it is an awful, awful situation to be in. So, because I was the leader of the team, I was the one they were searching for. So, at that point, the father then came back to the church later that night with machetes, searching for me, with a few other men. At that point, we realized it was safest for me to go into hiding. So I had to go into hiding for 2.5 days. During those 2.5 days, I was getting reports that these men were still going into the villages and the towns with machetes trying to find me. And in that 2.5 days, I sought God. I had everyone saying, come home. Don't chance it. Come home. Just come home. My husband was like, just come home. Just because he's on the other side of the world and his wife is in hiding from a warrant of kidnapping and from 3 men with machetes that are going door to door trying to find her. So my response to every single one of those people were that I am not leaving here until I've done what God brought me here to do. I'm not leaving. And they all think I'm nuts, and I'm okay with that. People thought Jesus was nuts too. So I'm in good company. So I was in hiding for 2.5 days. We began to ask for more funds because I needed to use funds. So there was an outpouring on Facebook, can somebody help us and send us funds? Because I needed to see a lawyer in Uganda to try to get my warrant dropped so that I wouldn't end up dying in a Ugandan women's prison. So we were able to do that. Thank God for people who gave. But this man was still trying to find me. He was going to kill me. Like, he was going to take me straight out. And in Uganda, that's a thing. We'll handle it ourselves. That's normal there. Oh. And so I began to pray, and I began to pray, and I began to pray, and I began to ask God to soften this man's heart, because that was my only hope. At this point, that was my only hope. There was no other option. I can go to the law officers all I want, but in Uganda, law is not the same. And I'm a woman who is not seen as an equal. So I was in trouble. I was in trouble, and I was in a very dangerous situation. The only hope I had was that God would soften this man's heart. So he went from trying to kill me to extorting me. So it was, if you give me this much money, I'll spare your life. So I was getting messages that this is how much money I want. If you do this, I'll spare your life. I'll stop searching for you, and I'll spare your life. And so that happened. And then I'm like, wait a minute. If I give him money, then every single time I come back here, people are going to know you can extort the white Mzungu for money. And I'll be at risk every time I come back. So I was like, I can't be giving him money because God's telling me to come back here yearly. But it was one of those moments where I was like, listen, Jesus, I'm going to need you to pay attention to what's happening right now, because you're telling me to come back every year, but I'm in hiding right now with armed guards all around me, and my life is in danger. And he said, just wait on me. Well, I got nothing else to do. I'm in hiding. So, okay, Jesus, I'll wait on you. So I waited. And I received a letter that on that third day, I received a letter that was hand brought to me. And it's a letter that this man had written to me. And in this letter, this man apologized. He thanked me for saving his son's life. He said he doesn't understand, but his heart feels good with me now, were his words. And he said, I don't believe in God. I never have. But you make me want to try. That third day I came out of hiding, and I was able to finish my mission. There were so many situations where the enemy tried to take me out on this trip. Tried to take me out. I had several people lined up, and I baptized them in the lake that wanted to rededicate their life. I had so many people come up to me and say, you should not get in that lake. There are parasites and diseases that could kill you. Do not get in that lake. And I said, if I'm not willing to get in this lake and baptize these people, where do they get baptized? There's no water around. It has to be here. So I said, I'm getting in. Like, I'm getting in. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to stand in a circle with my team, and we're going to pray God's protection over our body. We're going to pray a shield from those parasites. We're going to pray a shield from those diseases. And we got in that water, and I baptized, I don't even know how many children, women, men, elders. I was in that water for a good hour and a half. Guys, not one parasite I got from that water. When you are obedient to God, and you know he's telling you to do something, do not let the naysayers stop you from doing it. I now have people telling me, why would you go back to Uganda next year after all of that? It's simple. God told me to. That's really all I got for you. I got nothing else that sounds all sparkly and nice. God told me to, so I'm going. And so I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you tonight. I believe there are some of you here that God is telling you to do something. God's telling you to do something, and you haven't done it because you're scared, or because it doesn't make sense, or because all the details aren't figured out. I encourage you tonight to take that step, because the details you don't see are the ones that he wrote out the minute that he breathed life into your lungs. Your path is already set. Just take that step of obedience, no matter how scary it is, because he's got you. He's got you. Let's do He's Got It. This is my Power Girl song. Sorry, guys. This is my I'm the daughter of a king. I'm the daughter of a king. I'm loved by a God who is greater than any God, whose name is higher than any name. And so, ladies, this one's for you. Guys, I'm sorry, but we're going to do one for the ladies real quick.
You'll get over it.
I'll get over it.
That's wonderful. Supporting the ladies. Did we find it? Okay.